Alright, collective, welcome back to the channel, Real Talk, and I'm going to try this again. Real Talk. I had your messages going and I lost my video. Ended up being lost. I could not find the video, period. It's just, it disappeared. So guess what? We're going to try this again, but what I do like is that the cards that I pulled for you, I did not put them back. So I'm going to be able to use those same cards. I don't want to put those cards back because I wasn't led to put them back. These cards are very meaningful and they have a lot of good, I can say, spiritual uplifting to them, to where it helps you to release. Yes, I'm trying to put it as simple as possible for whoever is watching. This is my Declare and Decree deck. For those of you who are new, welcome in. To my subscribers, thank you for your support. I thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments. I take it very seriously when it comes to this deck because this deck is a deck that I personally purchased because I was going through spiritual warfare. So that's probably why this video got lost and all in between, somewhere lost in the wind, because this is important information that someone needs to know. This is important information that someone needs to be reminded. Someone needs to be enlightened. Whatever it takes for us to get an understanding, whatever it takes for us to understand how important spirituality is. And why is it so important? Because we are made up of that. That's what we're made up of. Spirit, soul, and body. And all parts has to be fed. Okay? There's a strength to your soul. There's a strength to your spirit. There's a strength to your physical body. And a lot of us, we strong in the physical body, but our spirit is damn near dead. But we don't realize that because we don't tap in. We're not into tapping in because we wasn't taught to tap in. Somebody needs to hear it. So here it is. I'm going to keep these two cards here. The first one you had was all childhood traumas and unhealed wounds are cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. Okay? For those of you who are new, again, this is my Declare and Decree deck. I purchased it myself when I was dealing with spiritual warfare in my own home, under my own roof. Okay? And I found the deck to be very helpful. I began to use this deck and I did burning and releasing every day for about a good 30 to 90 days. I did a good 30 to 90 days, I would say, of burning and releasing. I couldn't stop. Once I began to do it and realized that it was working for what was going on in my life at the time, I couldn't stop, and I'm not going to stop. I decided in that process I was going through, I decided to use this as a part of my channel because I found it helpful for me. I know it'd be helpful for others. This is a deck I purchased from Shavi Zane. I believe her channel is Shavi Zane, the Spiritual Counselor, or the Spiritual Investigator, one of the two. But this is a deck that she created, Declare and Decree deck, and I purchased this deck from her, and I've been using it ever since, and I found it to be very helpful, so I wanted to share it. Okay, so collective, all childhood traumas and unhealed wounds are cleared from my energy and spirit and in flesh. You want to write that down. Set your intentions to release that energy. It's not going to be easy for everybody to release this energy. This is a difficult energy to overcome, but it's not impossible. But you want to set your intentions to release it. And you want to burn it. Fire destroys. You want to burn it, of course, in a safe place, but it is a positive ritual that you use to burn and release. Okay, that's what this is. It's just the energy of burning and releasing, and these are positive rituals written on every card to help you with that. And this one says, fear of transparency, vulnerability, and authenticity around others is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. Fear of transparency, being yourself, vulnerability, being honest, being giving, very giving, sometimes overly giving. whatever it is, and authenticity, okay, around others. Is not destroyed from my energy and spirit and in the flesh. You want to write that down, set your intentions, and burn that with fire. Fire destroys. Ashes to dust. Fire destroys. For whoever that is resonating with or could resonate with, I hope it's helpful to you. All right? Energy is a fluid. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Okay? Somebody could be dealing with some form of deception. All right? Past, present, future energies. Okay? Again, only take what resonates. Do not try to make messages fit. If it doesn't make sense to you, it's not for you at this time. There will be other messages to come. No problem. All right? Collectively, general messages only. It cannot and will not resonate with everyone. Does it make sense? Nope, it cannot. It cannot resonate with everyone. And it will not. Alright? We have the world. 8 of swords. 5 of swords and the death card. So something started and now it's going to end. You have the Queen of Cups here, collective, with the Devil. 4 of Wands. And the burdens here. 10 of Wands here. Yeah. An ending can also be somewhat of a burden here for someone. Like you're having problems letting something go, or you're letting problems releasing. It's because of some entity. That's why. Some low vibrational energies here. Okay. And it could just be your thoughts. Okay. On the table resonating. You have the Knight of Wands at the bottom. Somebody could definitely be dealing with someone who's in that flighty type of energy or in and out type of energy, and you're tired of that. Okay? Someone who likes to put you in competition here, possibly. Or just likes to win, and maybe you could be the very one who makes this person look good as well. But it seems like you're having some issues, feeling mentally stuck, uncertain, unsure. What are you unsure about? Your stability? Could you be? Because somebody here is the Queen of Cups energy here. A Queen of Cups that's well known but very well respected as well. Except by the person you're in a relationship with. Male or female. Queen of Cups is an energy. And for a man, it's just that you know how to be in your vulnerable energy. In a firm way. Okay? Because Queen of Cups, men, sometimes they don't like to be referred to as no woman, And that's understandable, but we're talking about energy. A man can very well be in a Queen of Cups energy. To where he's more giving, more attentive, more intuitive, more nurturing. Okay? You don't make him no feminine deal. It's just he knows how to operate in that energy when it's time. Okay? So collective, if you are in this Queen of Cups energy here, you could be someone who travels a lot, or you could be somebody who is just well known, okay? Well connected too, and have connections. And you could have met this person online as well. This person is some toxic energy here. Somebody who will definitely be very flirty, flighty, and indecisive, and will keep you confused if you let them. Okay? Yeah, this is a cycle that has been ongoing. And you get involved with this person, or you've been involved with this person, and they keep you mentally stuck, mentally trapped. But I feel like you're learning that it's okay to walk away. You're learning that it's okay to start over. It's okay to take risks. It's okay to believe in yourself. You can start over, is what you know. You know you can start over. And you definitely wow, somebody could be dealing with somebody who's just totally codependent on them too. Somebody that doesn't like to pull their weight. Like they probably don't bring the same thing to the table as you bring to the table, but they want to put off an energy as if they do. Okay, take it how it resonates. But this here is an entity here. This is soul ties. Okay. Somebody who's controlling. Could be a Capricorn that you could be walking away from, or a water sign. Also a fire sign you could be walking away from who's burdensome. Somebody that don't want to carry their weight. It's like they're codependent on you. They don't have to be, but they do it. Because maybe they feel like they can with that Queen of Cups energy that you hold. Maybe they feel like they can do it, so they do. And maybe you wasn't putting this person in a place at one point. Maybe you kind of let them get by with this for a little while. Okay. Eights could be significant here. The number 8 to where you could be seeing synchronicities of 8 a lot. But you're not afraid to take a risk here. You're not afraid to start over. There's something that is going to start over here. But there's also something that you're closing out too. So it's a repetitive cycle that's closing out. Yeah, to where you had to step in your Queen of Wands energy, maybe set the tone, put your foot down. Yeah, because of hidden agendas and lies and stuff like that. Something you found out. You may have found out somebody's secret too here. Yeah, someone could see you as an opportunist to where they can just rely on you. They can ride off of your ship. They don't have to do a whole lot of providing. They don't have to really lift a hand. They don't really have to do any hard work when it comes to the relationship or keeping it stable or whatever. It's just the fact that they're toxic. This person has toxic ways where they would be codependent. Okay? They could be a user, but they're definitely a manipulator and a liar. And they do have that wandering eye about them to where they could cheat. And they will. It was one point emotionally fulfilling to you. And now it's not. It's something that has kept you stuck for whatever reason. And it could just be this entity here that this person operates from. Their lower frequencies, right? Their root chakra, whatever they've been carrying with themselves as a kid, however they were raised, they may have been raised to have their way. They couldn't have nothing, there's nothing they couldn't have. They can have whatever they wanted. Even over the other kids, they can have whatever they wanted. They grew up with that. They can have whatever they wanted, or they take it. Okay, so low vibrational entities operating from the lower root chakra. It's a lot coming out, so y'all excuse me here, but it's coming out, so I'm trying to catch it and put it out there. All right. So starting from the lower root chakra, where you have your base root. That's your past. That's where you grew up at. That's how you grew up. Whoever raised you, whatever was illustrated in your face, whatever you saw, whatever you heard, okay, however people lived, whatever. Then you have your sacral chakra, the creation, right? That's the creative part, right? The sacral chakra. But they're operating from a lower part of their energy. They're operating with the lower part, so what are they doing? They're being in devil energy, lying, keeping secrets, possibly hoarding some kind of feelings for other people and messing around with other people, being promiscuous on the cool, being flighty, argumentative, toxic, want to lie about everything, not be honest about nothing, want you to accept their toxic, low vibrational ways. Somebody who likes to run the streets, probably run women, run men, male or female, doesn't matter. They don't pull their weight. They ride your coattail. Maybe want you to do everything for them, want you to handle everything, and they might provide something to the table, but it won't be as much as you provide. Very unequally yoked. This soul tie. It's just an entity that's tying this together and keeping it together in a low vibrational way. This person here, this is the kind of person who will come in and love bomb you with sex, especially if they know you like their intimacy in the bedroom. That's one way of them controlling you with the intimacy. It's called mind fuckery. You got to understand what the truth is here, what this entity can do. This entity can fly by night and come in by day, but yet be somebody else and wear 2 or 3 masks, and you'll never know the truth about them. Very secretive with the moon here. Very secretive. Wandering eye, hidden agenda. And what's the hidden agenda? I'm going to ride off of your coattail. I know you like it like this. I know you like it like that. Fly in by night, leave by day, whatever. However, very flighty and up and down, in and out kind of energy. Sometimes I want you, sometimes I don't. See, they threw you from that Queen of Cups energy on into that Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands not gonna keep standing for this. Cause see what she gonna end up doing, she gonna match your energy. Then y'all gonna end up fighting that Queen of Wands energy. She not finna let you keep running over. She not finna let you keep playing games. It's gonna piss her off, and guess what? Then law enforcement got to get involved. Yeah, this for somebody. It may not be for everybody, but it's for somebody. Then law enforcement has to get involved and break up the mess. Why? Because of this entity here. That's why. And that's something that has become a burden. Because it's like, I'm tired of the flighty energy. Back and forth, up and down, in and out. Some of y'all can have kids with this person. Doesn't have to be children involved, but it's a possibility here. Okay? And this is something that you're deciding you're putting an end to. Which brings about quite a bit of change. And maybe even shock that you're walking away from this. Somebody's walking away from this energy. So this Queen of Wands had to step up. And it's like you stepped up. Energy-wise, energetically, you got fed up. Energetically, it's time to speak up. Queen of Wands, take action. Take the lead. Say what it is. Put it out there on Front Street. This is what it is. No more surface level. This is what it is. Okay? You're not going to walk all over me. You're not going to treat me like this. You're not going to do this. I'm not going to allow you to do that. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. And this person is somebody who will hang on to you because of those lower chakras, the lower frequency that they're in. Okay? And it's all about, intimacy and having fun and jumping from place to place with whoever, however. And I'll keep you tamed with this good loving that I provide for you. I'll keep you tamed, because I bring a little bit to the table. I know you're satisfied with this and you're satisfied with that. That's how it was in this Queen of Cups energy. They knew what you were satisfied with, so that's all they gave. Okay? Now you jump into that Queen of Wands. This is the energy you may have been in before. You possibly could be in now. Okay? But in order for you to gain the understanding that I'm not stuck, I actually can transmute this energy and move around. That's where this Eight of Cups come in at. Eight of Swords to the Eight of Cups. Because that's not fulfilling to you dealing with somebody who could possibly be controlling, who's a liar, manipulator, or a cheat, any of those lower vibrational waves, because they're operating in their lower vibrational frequencies. Simple as that. They're being controlled by entities, low vibrational spirits, and they're going along with it because it feels good to be this way. Until it don't feel good anymore. Until they realize they lost a good one. However that goes, y'all know how it goes. Queen of Pentacles, see? This is who you're becoming, or this is who you are now. Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is going to nurture herself first. And she's going to drop any burden. She's not putting up with no burdens. She's not going to do that. Yeah, it was very much an unequal give and take type of energy. Okay? Queen of Pentacles, yeah. This person probably had good money or whatever because this Capricorn energy is showing up. And this is Taurus energy here. So you could have been dealing with any sign. But the thing is, you're putting an end to this. That's what's so good about it. Yeah, you have lovers here, so some of y'all could have new love coming in. That's possible here. That could match your energy now. Queen of Pentacles. And this could be somebody too, collective. If you are coming together with someone new, it could have been someone you already had your eye on before. Somebody you already knew before. They may have known you while you was in this toxic situation too. Someone you may have learned from and possibly found them to be a good friend. And they may have watched you go through this toxic situation, and they may not have ever believed you would even walk away from it. Okay? Some of y'all could have a person that you may end up dealing with. That's someone you already knew. Other than you, you're separating from a King of Pentacles. Taurus, Capricorn. You're separating from this person. All right, collective. See, some of y'all are walking away from a King of Pentacles. This is somebody who was in toxic devil energy, who kept you stuck, who you walked away from. King of Pentacles. Okay? Some of y'all walked away from this person. Found out whatever secrets or whatever was really going on with this person. Somebody who likes to show off. Who likes to show off and their money and their looks get them anything they want. Somebody who likes to splurge possibly. Or somebody who likes to just show off with money. They're a show off. They got to show everybody what they got when they got it. They got to let everybody see, let everybody hear. They want everybody to know. Toxic. Okay? Show off. Yeah, somebody that tried to have you in third-party energies too, or maybe they did have you, and that's something you may have found out, that there was definitely a lot of third-party energies as to why they were not just given to you. They were given to others as well. And maybe not being honest about what they were giving to or spending their money on. But for a King of Pentacles, it probably was somebody who was codependent upon your energy, to where they may have made good money, but because of their investments and the things that they were doing with their money or how they were with their money, they were always broke maybe. And you got tired of wondering, well, where's your money at? What have you been doing or whatever? And they were maybe hiding this stuff from you. But they weren't just given to you or whatever. They weren't just given to the situation they were presently in the home. They were given to other people. But it could have caused lack in the home as well. Okay? To where it left you wondering, what are you doing with your money? And this is what brings out this codependency upon you for making up for the finances that they're not bringing in. And that's what you're dropping this. Somebody dropping this. Definitely dropping this. Yeah, so it's happening quickly too, but they want to communicate. Somebody wants to communicate here. You may have already separated from this person and they're trying to come back around. Or maybe things just happening quickly. Take it how it resonates. It could be where I feel like this person wants to communicate, because Eight of Wands is definitely fast communication, okay? Yeah, it's player energy. And they may want to try to keep you from making decisions as far as, definitely, definitely putting them out of your life. Okay, you got the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck along with the Two of Wands. You see, you're choosing a different direction here. Eight of Cups to the Two of Wands. You're choosing a different direction here. And you know where you want to go. It's a direction that makes you feel very balanced. Okay? Yeah, because you're seeing things from a different perspective. This is the King of Pentacles energy who could possibly be trying to come back around towards Virgo Capricorn. I think basically it's like leaning more towards Capricorn Taurus. So this is a person that they could possibly be trying to come back around. Okay, but you're seeing things differently now here, okay? Because there's been a shift within your energy first. You've decided, even as a Queen of Cups, you knew that the best choice for you to make was to level up. The best choice for you to make was to close this out and get away from it, because you understood this Eight of Swords energy, that's not an energy that you can reside in. You can't just be unbalanced like that and in your head trying to figure things out while you're really trying to figure out the basic parts of life, but you got this person who's supposed to be your partner, who then turned into your opponent, who's working against you, not with you, who's pulling away from the home or pulling out of the relationship or pulling away from responsibilities. Hey man, that's not going to work. No. And this has been a burden for someone for a very long time. And it's because, I'm going to tell you, collective, whether we want to believe it or not, a lot of times we draw these kind of people in because those type of energies still reside within us sometimes, and it's a little healing that we need to do to reject that energy out of our energy, to pull that completely out of our energy. Sometimes we draw in people who are low vibrational because at that particular time our frequency matches their frequency for whatever reason, and it comes and it springs from childhood. Six of Cups. This person could very well be missing you. They could very well be thinking of you, or, trying to get back in with you some kind of way with this Eight of Wands energy. Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They may feel like they still could be successful with you and come back around to you and come back with you. Whatever they chose to do, or however they chose to do it, you're not allowing this person to keep you stuck and I feel like settling for a low vibrational type of life. You're not allowing them to make you settle, okay, for even their bad behavior. Their in and out, flighty ways, wherever they spending their money at, whatever the other place they're laying their head at, or whatever, okay. They still feel like they can be successful with you, but at the same time, I feel like they've also been exposed. And see, this person could think that you were naive about a lot of this, but the thing is, you weren't being naive. You was in that Queen of Cups energy. You weren't naive at all, but you also had to allow yourself to see it too. Some of y'all may have met this person online some kind of way, but I feel like you're pushing through, collective. You're being enlightened as well. That's what that death card is about, transformation. You're being enlightened. It's something you needed to see. Maybe this person wanted to make you feel like you couldn't do better without them, or maybe y'all started something together and they tried to make you feel like if you broke it up, it would be, the worst thing you could ever do. It would benefit them and not benefit you. Whatever this person was low in the low vibration, frequency talking about, they felt like they had it in the bag with you. But until you got your enlightenment, until you decide to sit and wait, get an understanding, and see things from a different perspective, that I don't have to feel stuck, I'm not stuck, I can leave, I can go, I can start over. I can do this again, I can take risks. I can afford to take risks. For some of you, you can afford to take a risk. You can afford to take a leap of faith in a whole nother direction. And I feel like this is exactly what you are doing. Okay? Head over heart decision. Queen of Wands. Head over heart decision. Okay? Because whatever you were enlightened with, whatever you were enlightened about, it set fire under your butt. You went from the Queen of Cups to the Queen of Wands quickly. Whatever you were enlightened about, it set fire to you. Well, actually, it was like this. But whatever it was, it set a fire under your butt. Because it's like you knew you needed to be operating in this energy to begin with. You kind of knew this. For some of you, you kind of knew you needed to be operating in this Queen of Wands energy the whole time. But for some reason, I guess maybe you gave this person the benefit of the doubt with the Queen of Cups. Because the Queen of Cups got her back turned to the Queen of Wands. That's ignoring the truth to some extent. And not wanting to understand and see that you're being breadcrumbed. Not wanting to close that cycle. Seeing this a repetitive cycle. Some of you were dealing with the same energy as different people. The same energy you dealt with before, you attracted that same energy. And some of the time it's because there's a level of healing we have to do in order for us to move on from our lower level frequencies of the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and then you have the solar plexus chakra where you're not confident enough. You don't believe in yourself. You don't have a support team or a support system. So you feel like you can't come out of the past. You can't leave certain things alone. You can't forgive certain things or let certain things go, right? Then with the sacral energy, it's like instead of us sometimes healing and going forward with our lives, we be in an energy of maybe even wanting to be even, get even some kind of way, or we be in the energy of promiscuity. We don't go straight to healing. We end up being promiscuous sometimes after we've been hurt, especially as a child. Someone do things they ain't got no business, and y'all know what I'm talking about, folks. Molest children, and they hurt children. Children, they grow up, and maybe they tell somebody about it, and somebody didn't believe them. And they grow up like that, and every time you look around, something's happening to them, but they can't get anybody's attention to get somebody to understand that something went wrong here. So they grow up, and then they become promiscuous, and the person don't understand why they sleep around so much, why they do this, why they do that, why they hang with this person, why they with that person. And a lot of times it's because they didn't get no closure, and it springs from childhood, okay? So this equal give and take thing, you've seen it. You've seen it, but there was some lower frequencies that you share with this person as well. That may be something you have healed from, okay, and overcome that. And that's also why you were able to walk away, because you seen that this person is going to do that, but they're not probably going to want to heal from it. They're probably not going to want to overcome it because they're too busy enjoying it. All right. So you're definitely going in another direction, collective. Definitely going in a whole other direction. Yeah, somebody definitely wants to communicate. That's a definite. But you refuse to allow this person to continue to cause confusion in your life. You are definitely leveling up spiritually, collective, male or female. And if I tell you you have new beginnings in love, yes, you have new beginnings in love. And it starts with self-love, of course. This person just kept a lot of confusion going. That's what kept you stuck to some extent. There was a lot of confusion. And the confusion started because what? They had a lot of options to begin with, options that they probably never even stopped talking to, dealing with, whatever that was about. But it kept you in your head, and it left you to make a decision about this energy. It left you to make a decision. Or should I put it? Yeah. That energy left you to make a decision. Okay. And yeah, you did find out secrets and things like that with the moon being here. Hidden agendas. You found that out. Something this person probably didn't expect for you to find out as well. But I feel like you're leveling up. Empress. Yeah. Empress is the next card here. Yeah, and High Priestess. So, yeah, by you being in this Empress energy, this person know they can't come play with you, but that don't mean they're not going to try. So a lot of you could definitely not be talking to someone at this time. Whoever's got you in this energy here, because you leveled up pretty quick from the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, and then you show up here as the Queen of Pentacles. Only thing that's not out here is the Queen of Swords. Okay? But then the Empress was the next card. So definitely leveled up. Leveled up. Yeah, leveled up. Big time. That's what's got you in this transformation energy. This is what's got you wanting change. And going towards that too, very quickly. So if you do have love coming in, um, slow down, Casanova, and see if it's something you actually want, okay? If you do have new love coming in, and it could just be new love for yourself. Actually, it could just be new beginnings in love for you with this lovers card. It doesn't always mean two people coming together. It could be as well, it could be self-love as well. But the thing is, this is a soul tie, and hopefully you can detach. And I feel like you have with the Eight of Cups there, because that's exactly what this was. But it was a very low vibrational soul tie at that, okay? Because somebody's sexual energy was on high drive. Somebody has a very high sex drive here, okay? And they did whatever it took to satisfy those sexual needs. And that's part of the problem with this here too, okay? And you could be someone who's practicing celibacy at this time. Doesn't have to be male or female, doesn't matter. You could very well be practicing celibacy at this time. Because yes, you'll be guided to do that through spirit, because why? Because it's a spiritual cleansing that needs to happen. That's why. There's a cleansing. Okay? From the root chakra on up. There's a cleansing that has to happen. Collective. Okay, we did mention inner child, we did mention soul ties, we did mention, you know, this being something of the past when it comes to your childhood. And also, it was in the declare and decree day. Okay, so I want to pull one of these cards and see what's going on here as far as the childhood. Looking for peace. Somebody's in search of peace. Didn't get much of that in the childhood, okay? Somebody could have dealt with a lot of a front seat. As a matter of fact, someone could have had a front seat to domestic violence when they were a child, okay? Stress, discard, being discarded by people, even parents, so-called family, okay? But you're looking for that inner peace. So find inner peace and tranquility. Balance is key. Okay? And I feel like you will be able to find that balance. You have the Four of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Lovers here. And it's like you're taking a risk to do something else. Maybe you're taking a risk to do something you've never done before. Some of y'all could literally be moving too. You could be moving to another state, another city, another country. Okay? And that's where you may meet someone as well. Once you have moved, you may meet someone. And that someone will be a sense of peace to you. Okay? Wow. Okay. That's pretty good there. So peace. Somebody's in search of peace here. Maybe didn't have much of that as a child. All right? Yeah, Two of Wands showing up again. You're definitely going down another path. This is a whole new path for you. And you're just dropping things that don't serve you anymore. You're just dropping anything that has to do with any kind of toxic energies. You just don't want anything to do with it anymore. And so you're very much entitled to that decision because, yeah, you're in search of peace. You don't want anything toxic. You don't want to be fighting with anyone, arguing with anyone who knows that they're doing things they shouldn't be doing, but they want to talk you into thinking you're wrong or making you feel like you're wrong, mentally stuck because they trying to tell you that it wasn't them. They don't do this. They haven't done that. But you turn around and you find out it's just the opposite. And then when you approach this person, it turns into an argument or a fight, and they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to deal with it because maybe you're right. They know they're wrong, but they want you to accept it. Okay? And there's something you may have gotten tired of doing is accepting their low vibrational behavior, their ways, their lies. Some of y'all, this person is someone who could be low-key jealous of you as well, okay, because we do have King and Queen of Pentacles. So that means just as much as they was making good money, so are you. Okay? So they could low-key be envious of you or jealous of you some kind of way here. And this is somebody who just would basically use you and will pull you down. But you got a decision to make. And these wands being out here, yeah, there's definitely a lot of conflict been happening in this situation. For whoever this is resonating with, there's definitely been conflict here. Definitely. But see, you're in the Three of Wands energy. You're waiting for your ships to come in elsewhere. That's why you walked away, because you know you can start over. And you know the Most High got you. Look at that spiritual strength. You know the Most High Mother and Father will take care of you. You're in the knowing. You know this. Queen of Cups energy. Yeah. Queen of Wands energy. Yeah, you know this. Queen of Pentacles energy. You know this. You're well aware. To the Empress. Very abundant. Very creative. Very grounded as well. An Empress knows. She knows how to transmute the energies. She knows how to maneuver through life. She knows when to use her energies, when their best quality, benefits are in a very high vibrational way. But don't think you can get over on the Empress either, because that doesn't work either. If anything, you get your feelings hurt in a nice, nasty way. Okay? Because an Empress knows how to speak to you without cussing you out. But you're going to hear the truth. You're going to know the truth. And it'll set you free, supposedly. Here. Okay? So someone is in a very good energy of receiving, though. As this Queen of Pentacles, you're in a very good energy of receiving and connecting with the right people at the right time. For some of you, you will be encountering new love once you have made the transition to move. Somebody here is moving. That's a part of the transformation, for you to be in a new environment, for you to be around new people who are like-minded, okay? And that way you have the potential to attract another individual who's on your level, and they're like-minded, they're spiritual as well. They're for peace as well. They're for longevity as well. They're for quality living as well. They're for equal give and take as well, okay? So collective, I hope that this was helpful to you. Look at that. That was the next card. Did I see that earlier? Whoa, look at collective. Nice. Check it out. Ace of Pentacles twice. So a lot of you, you're going to run into this energy after you've moved. Now, some of the movement is energetically, and that's the mindset. Okay? So some of you, again, there's two things going on here. I'm going to take what resonates with you. Some of you are moving away from a King of Pentacles. Some of you are moving away from a King of Pentacles. And you're going to run into this energy. Okay? Some of you are moving away from a King of Pentacles. And then some of you may have a King of Pentacles coming in that's going to match your energy. They are not operating from their lower chakras. They have been enlightened just as you have. They are spiritually connected just as you are. They have the beliefs that you have. They're going to match your energy. And that's because you are ready. That's because you've done the healing. As an Empress, you're ready for new birth. Some of you could be expecting a child. Someone could be expecting a child. Someone could be pregnant. So congratulations to that. Because Empress is not only rebirth, but it's being in a process of birthing a child, or you're in the process of carrying a child, a physical baby. So congratulations to whoever that may be, or you may hear of someone that's pregnant, or someone that's about to have a baby, or you didn't know they were pregnant, or whatever, okay? Ace of Pentacles twice. So there's very much a lot of resources and financial gain here and opportunities, okay? And this could be somebody you can also start a business with too. This is the energy that you'll be going into. It's possible you can start a business with this person with all these opportunities out showing up out here with the Ace of Pentacles twice. And that is the truth. The Ace of Swords was about behind it. The Ace of Swords was behind the Ace of Pentacles. So that is the truth. Okay, you could be starting a business with someone who's going to match your Queen of Pentacles energy. There's a King of Pentacles that will match you. And it could be Empress, Emperor type of energy as well. Like a power couple type of energy, where y'all can actually build together and you want that peace. Remember that peace we was talking about? Yeah, that peace. And y'all are actually able to build together. That peace. That's that peace you've been in search of ever since you was a child. For someone, that's for someone. But it's your truth. It's you being in your truth. Okay? And so, yeah, you're being led and guided to make a move of some kind. So, collective, I hope the messages were helpful. Okay? You're definitely being guided to make a move. Yep, away from this entity here. Completely away from this entity. Alright, collective. So until next time, guys, I appreciate your support. And y'all take care.